Welcome, everybody, to Pro Wrestling Wire Radio here on Helix Rock Radio, YouTube, AIWF Network. Of course, you can catch us on Apple, Spotify, and everywhere else you can catch your podcast. We are here today with our lovely friend, Jeremy La Croix. What's going on,
I wish I
Jeremy?
could say it was. Wish I could say it was good to be here, but
Oh,
I'm up at 10
wow.
o'clock on a Sunday, and I don't want to be. So
Wow.
if we can make this quick, I got to be in Springfield, Massachusetts, because I got shit to do.
Wow. Springfield, Massachusetts. You got to watch
Yeah,
out in Springfield, Massachusetts.
yeah. That's true, but
Yeah.
a little outside of Springfield, so we should be all right.
All right, got you. Well, we'll keep you here as long as we can,
Good.
and maybe you'll get stuck in traffic and all that stuff.
Oh, awesome,
So,
awesome.
anyways,
Glad to know you're rooting for me here.
absolutely, we are here to talk a little bit about your wrestling career. You're out there making the scene, and we've been quite impressed with you, actually. Now, I've gotten to check you out a little bit. We've gotten a chance to check you out a little bit before you actually made your debut, down at the school and stuff like that. So. Let's talk a little bit. How did you have a sports background at all?
Yeah, I played a lot of sports. I did. I originally started off with hockey. That was my thing until sophomore year of high school. I played soccer, played football, played basketball, played baseball. And I did 1 year of wrestling my senior year of high school, and that's where I got most of my base from.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just all kind of sports. I was, in the weight room a lot in high school, and I'm still in the weight room a lot now. And I guess all the footwork and all the stuff I've learned from all those different sports and all those years, I guess they translate pretty well to me kicking ass in the ring. So,
Oh, wow. Yeah. So, what got you interested in joining professional wrestling? Obviously, you said you had a little bit of an amateur background. How were you in wrestling?
I wasn't good. I wrestled JV mostly.
Okay.
Can tell.
But I was behind some pretty solid wrestlers on that team. Brantford Wrestling was always really good, and I look forward to seeing them keep growing because they're doing great things over at Brantford. I love that team and I love those coaches. But what got me into wrestling in general was probably I can't even remember the first match I watched, but I know just from the time that it came on my TV screen that I couldn't look away from the time I was even old enough to remember anything. You know what I mean? So it was John Cena and Batista and just Shawn Michaels and all those guys. Like when I was really, really young, those are the first guys that I would see on the TV, and it just made me fall in love with everything. And it was different than any other TV program. When I was younger, it was different than SpongeBob, or different than, whatever my parents would have on at the time. It was just like so encapsulating. And I knew like it was something I loved from the jump, but
wearing tights probably.
Yeah.
Exactly. What made you decide to do it as professionally, and how did you discover it? Now you're from the Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling Academy. How did you discover that? And were you familiar with Paul, Roma, and Mario Mancini prior to signing up there? And did you do any research? If not, before that?
When I got back into wrestling, it was when Jeff Hardy returned with his brother at WrestleMania 30 something.
Okay.
That was when I really started to follow it a lot. And really start to like do my research, because I had taken a break after the Shield broke up because I dated young me. So I didn't watch from like 2014 to 2017, but once 2017 rolled around, I really started to get into it, and I started to learn about the business a little bit and watch YouTube and just like watch like old school matches and start to really do my homework. And I just realized like, yeah, I loved it. Like since I was a kid, I loved watching it. I loved to see it, but I always knew like, yeah, let's be a wrestler. And it was like always somewhat of a childish like thought, but eventually like when I turned 17 and I entered senior year of high school, I just didn't know what I wanted to do, and nothing really made sense to me. So I just decided to follow my dreams, and I'd already done research on the school a couple of years prior. I even visited one time when I was about 15 years old. I saw young Brad Baylor and Sunset and young Gibbs, and it was pretty cool. So and I just always knew that like this was what I was meant to do, and I'm obviously a really huge nerd about it, and I'm very passionate about it, and I just saved up for a whole summer, worked a whole summer to save up the $3,000, and I gave it right to Mario Mancini, and the rest is history. And now I'm here.
What job were you doing to try to save up that money? Mowing lawns or grocery stores? Or
let me tell you what I did for an
entire personal, ain't it, Rick?
Let me tell you what I did.
$20 is $20.
Hey, $20 whole dollars, Rick. I don't know. I worked at a racket club, and I served cheeseburgers and hot dogs and pre-made meals in this like 6x10 box with no ventilation. And I sat in there for like 10 hours a day. It was pretty awful. A pretty awful way to spend my summer because I got no tan out of it. Yeah, so that got me a little more than $3,000 that I needed for Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling lifetime membership. Ended up taking me about 6 months to make my debut. So
yeah. Well, you were spoken of very highly prior to making your debut. You know, I sometimes drop down there on Monday nights to hang out with my friends Mario Mancini and the enforcer Kevin Saban.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that particular evening, there was a bunch of people in the ring that night. And I remember, you know, Steven Garcia coming over to me and saying that I need to keep my eye on you because he was quite impressed at how quick you were escalating and as becoming a professional wrestler. So that means anything. That's I thought that was cool. So then when I finally got a chance to see you wrestle, because I think I missed like your first 2 matches because of outside bookings on those particular dates, but I was quite impressed.
Appreciate it, Rick. But yeah, I can't really like say I'm like a prodigy at this. It's mostly my trainers and the people that I've been surrounded with. So all credit to them. All credit to Paul Roma and Mario Mancini and some of my like the people that have just taught me what I know, like Chris Battle, Sunset himself, Fly Nye, Chris Mooch, the Flash, Kylon King, Richard Holiday, Kurt. You know, we got so many people that come down there and want to help these kids out, and I really appreciate that because it's obviously helped me a lot through my career. And you got a bunch of rookies right now like that have just debuted, even like Corey Duke. He's going places. You already know that. He's ridiculous in that ring. Deuce Stovall, he's finally debuting. Me and him have been friends for a while now. He totally deserves his debut. We got up and comers like Gabe in the school right now. He's doing really well right now. He's stepping it up, and I feel like just like all the rookies in the school right now have just been on point, and they've been really training hard, and it's what I love to see because we just have so much talent right now in PAPW, and I just love it. And I love to see it because we can really build this place higher than what it already is right now.
I've witnessed some of these guys right now that you said. Corey Duke has only wrestled less than a handful of matches. He
looks like he's wrestled for 15 years.
Yes, I was there for his debut matchup, and he looked like he had been working forever. Like
forever.
He looks, I mean, I know he's got amateur experience.
Yeah.
Him and his brother is also training. Caleb is also training down there at the school.
He's also going to be something to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. And I could not believe like how this dude wrestled. Like it did not look like he was a rookie, but you know, obviously
not at
there's
all.
going to be time that he's going to probably get better at what he's doing. That's the part to think about.
That's the most exciting thing. He can only get better.
Yeah. Otis, do you have anything you want to ask?
I got plenty. First of all, I wore this hat and glasses strictly for you, Jeremy, because when you and I met a week or two ago and I did that potato with you, you gave me grief and made me take my hat and glasses off.
You know, Oatis, I really wish I could say I like him. You look like
you in the morning
Willy
looking in the
Wonka.
mirror. What?
You look like Willy Wonka if he was actually crippled.
Wow.
You know what? All right. All right. First of all, I can't see with these on, so
there you go. Very smart.
Okay.
Very smart. Now you look like a gentleman.
Now, okay. I actually wanted to. I'll get a little bit serious here, but you know, you were telling us how you did some wrestling in high school your senior year.
Yes, sir.
And yay, Brantford. I live in Guilford, so I'm a neighbor. And I know that you, when you were first coming into the wrestling business, where you made your debut and stuff, or let's even step back a little bit. How was your family? I know now your family. I've kind of met them at the last couple shows, and they're very, very supportive now. When you told them, I want to be a professional wrestler, what was it like with that? Did they support you then, or did they be, were they like, you can't make a living at that, or, you're going to get hurt, or did they give you grief, or?
Well, that was basically the conversation. It was basically, no, you're going to get hurt. No, there's no money to be made. No, it's stupid. No, it's a stupid dream. But I couldn't care less what people think about my dreams, because they're not anybody else's dreams but mine. And I know for a fact that whatever I put my mind to, I can do well in. So no, my family wasn't very supportive. They are supportive now, but
I mean,
it was a lot of second guessing me, second guessing what I wanted. And now now they see the vision, but
did they see the passion?
Yeah,
that you had?
They obviously do.
You've become one of the more important characters out there in Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling, I think, right now, and holding it together. You have a whole section of the crowd chanting "Jeremy sucks." So I mean,
but I don't like him right back. So
that's okay. I mean, that's okay.
Paradise Alley fans watching this right now, keep chanting that, because I do not like you whatsoever.
So, go ahead, Otis.
I was just going to say, I guess the feeling is mutual. So,
oh my God, so mutual. Hate that crowd.
So let's talk about some of your matchups that you've had over time since your debut. Obviously, we're going to talk about Coliseum Pro Wrestling. I'm just going to talk about that. You just made your Coliseum debut, which I feel that was a long time coming, because I've been kind of in the ear of the boys over there being like, you should really book them. And then you finally made your debut, and you got to meet Lou Jacobs. What's that? Lights, camera, Lou Jacobs. And I thought you did pretty well. You used some of your amateur skills, taking them down, and unfortunately, you came up on the losing end of that matchup.
Thanks for reminding me, Rick.
I'm going through the stats here in the notes. I mean, we're going to talk. We're going to talk.
Well, if there were any damage stats, you would see that Lou Jacobs took a beating that his old body probably can't withstand at this point. So it's just a wonder that we're even wrestling again next weekend at New World Wrestling Extreme. It really is, because this guy, Lou Jacobs, we've wrestled multiple times now. He just seems to always want to rain on my parade. And I am sick of it, because I'm a young up and comer. And it seems that all these old vets, they just want to put me down. And I have to deal with Ryan Fraust now. Ryan Fraust is trying to get this #1 contendership spot for the NWWE open weight title. He's not going to get it.
Yeah, we're going to definitely be touching.
So highly of me. You guys speak so highly of me because I'm that good, and they want to just take my shine away, guys. They just want to take it all away.
Now I know how this is going to go.
We couldn't get Lou Jacobs on today, so
yeah, thank God.
That's why we called you.
Good.
Let me ask you. So you've met Lou Jacobs, of course. Him and his lady there, Cindy Hart, have started their new organization, the Outcast Wrestling Wrestling Revolution.
Yeah, well, even though me and Lou haven't seen eye to eye, his woman Cindy has approached me, and I will be appearing there on November 2nd. So everybody follow OWR and keep an eye on that, because I heard there was some masked clown named Paradox over there. And I heard he needed a good ass kicking. So we're probably gonna do a little bit of that.
So I'm going to take this time to make a special announcement. Okay. This is a special announcement regarding myself. Now that we're talking about Outcast Revolution. Yeah. You're making your debut over there.
Yeah.
I will also be making my debut as commentator for Outcast Revolution.
I know you're excited, Rick. I know you're excited.
You know, I'm getting out there a little bit more and I'm having fun. Good. And, you know, meeting new groups, and the fact that Lou and Cindy, who I've known forever, have invited me to be a part of the product in November is very exciting, because I've watched the videos of the show that they've put out so far.
They had a really good show.
Yeah, they have. There's 2 episodes up on their YouTube channel. They're breaking it up into TV. I highly recommend anybody over there going to check it out. They have a lot of fun, and that
You're
building.
Once I'm on there, because
I mean, the crowd's gonna flock to Groton, Connecticut, or wherever it was.
Yeah, Jeremy sucks.
Yeah, well,
it's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
all these
and I'm gonna wear a special hat and glasses for you again.
Oh my God.
I got
Do
plenty
not
of
wear hats or glasses around me. Find some contacts. I don't care if they're uncomfortable for you. Find some contacts, all right? And you're gonna face me with your natural face and no doohickeys on them. All right.
And I'm not gonna put any Tic Tacs in my mouth or brush my gums that day either.
You're not. You don't anyway.
Wow. Well, let's move on. I want to ask you now. I'm sorry, but
God, here we go.
Paradise Alley recently brought back the Hercules Hernandez Cup. You competed
I don't want to talk about this.
I'm just saying this is a very important tournament to the product. I think they might have skipped a year. I could be wrong, but I think they might have skipped a year last year. However, this year they brought it back, and you met Alan Compass. Alan Compass is doing really well over there. He's bringing in the fans. He's probably in New England between Massachusetts and Connecticut, and he's really starting to get out there and burst onto the scene, I guess you will. People are loving this character.
Alan Compass.
You didn't cheat.
Got lucky.
Oh, we got lucky. Okay.
Period.
I know what happened. You probably couldn't handle it because it was so chilly out that night after the rain, and it was a damp mat, maybe. I'm trying to give you an excuse.
You slip and fall? Okay.
Luck is a weird thing. Alan got lucky. Did you see his finishing move? How labored it looked? He barely even got me up. He got lucky. He used every ounce of strength in his body to beat me. I was fine after the match. Any man can put my shoulders down for 3 seconds. It takes a lot to hit me so hard that you put me down for good.
Hold on.
You understand that? And Alan could never do that.
You said you were fine after the match. However, I saw you walking around holding your head for about a good 20 minutes. I'm just saying. Okay. All right.
The lights hurt my head a little bit, but I was good.
Okay.
If I may, I do want to touch on something a little bit serious about that match. I did notice that the first, in all seriousness, and I'll give you kudos for this, Mr. La Croix, but I noticed the first couple minutes of that match were like Greco-Roman. Were you bringing back some of your high school?
I was.
Yeah, it was very old school Greco-Roman wrestling. And
you expect a lot more out of me.
More Greco-Roman?
More Greco-Roman, more folk style, more all types of wrestling styles, all types of grappling styles. I love it. It's what I love. I love being able to show dominance over my fellow man in the ring. You know what I mean? And whatever martial art or whatever discipline that will help me do that, I'm going to study, I'm going to incorporate, and I'm going to use to win the match. And since I already know takedowns and holds and all of that stuff from my wrestling days and from all the subsequent training I've done, I just, nobody else can do it like me. And it's just a fact around here. Nobody else can put on just smooth, crispy wrestling like I can around here. It's just a fact. And I invite anybody to try with me because they can, but it just won't be as good as what I do.
What about you and Corey? Come on.
You both have amateur experience.
Listen,
so I think Corey, that this would be a very good matchup.
Me and Corey sharpening each other up for a while now. I'm going to tell you one thing. He might be the only one in that school that can give me a real challenge.
Wow. Wow. Ain't that something?
Interesting, isn't it?
Wow. Yeah, it really is.
Well, while we're here talking about these rookies, we got to talk about another rookie who also has given me challenges in the past when we've rolled around, and that's Algo Nelly, because that kid's got a gas tank on him, and he can go, and you need to watch him too, because we're talking about all these other people. We need to talk about Nelly as well, because he's got it, and you guys need to keep an eye on him.
Mm-hmm.
He's going places too.
Yeah,
I've thinking about all these rookies. They're doing it over here, and I love it. It's just fucking beautiful.
Yeah, he recently made his debut, and I got a chance to witness that as well. And I've seen him at the school a few times, and he's quite impressive for that so far. And he's
also he's got a long amateur background as well, so he knows what he's doing on that mat. So, listen, Corey and Nelly, they can go, and I respect it. But when we get in the ring, you'll see just there's one man in this state, in this promotion that can go and that can carry everything. You know who that is, Oatis? Who is it?
If you saw me,
tell me who it is.
Corey.
No, it is not.
Nelly.
Jeremy La Croix. It's Jeremy La Croix. I am the boss over here. I am the best. It's not a debate. And I don't want to hear about Corey anymore. We've given him his flowers. Now let's just bring ourselves back down to reality.
Well, I do want to say one thing and I'll show it to you. You still hold the highest
exactly
for last month as far as on my reels.
Everybody who's watched that knows I'm the only one that's worth viewing. I'm the only one that's worth taking the time out of their day to say, hey, this kid is something. Let's watch him. Let's follow him. You're damn right you should follow me. You think I'm just gonna be complacent, stay in PPW my whole entire career? No. You know where I'm going? You know where I'm going the next couple of years? You know the plans I have for my career? You know
I do.
The things I'm going to do?
Well, I've seen we've started wrestling outside and working elsewhere. And I wanted to talk to you about that. That's what I was going to bring up next. You've had your shots at some championship titles recently.
Yes, I have.
We've mentioned Steven Garcia. He currently holds the New World Wrestling Extreme Championship. You got to meet him. I believe he defended the belt. Was it a UFO?
Unfortunately, he did not defend the belt.
He did not defend the belt.
He did come out with the belt, though.
Okay.
No, I actually don't think he did. I'm not sure what happened.
I thought it was advertised as championship
match. Maybe he's a pussy because I did give him the fight of his life. So
whoa,
oof.
Wow, whoa.
Hardest fight of his title reign. He's got a tables, ladders, and chairs match next weekend. It's not even going to be close to the level of pain I put him through. A UFO. Speaking of UFO, their next show, they reached out to me. They said, Jeremy, listen, we love how you beat the brakes off of Steve. They said, listen, please make our show good again. Please make our show better. Please, we need your star power. Please, we need your everything power. Please come back. Please, Jeremy, we need you. And I said, okay, listen,
Is that exactly how the conversation went?
That's exactly how the conversation went. I'm telling you.
Okay. I'm just, you know.
I'm telling you, Rick.
Okay. All right.
So I said, listen, kind of booked throughout October. Everybody wants me. GCW wants me. Beyond wants me. Even AEW and WWE want me. They're coming up to me with contracts and shit like that. I'm like, guys, you gotta calm down. So I took that booking. They're paying me like, I don't know, $50K, something light. Usually my going rate. So yeah, I'll
For
be
one
there
match.
to beat whoever they put in front of me, like I always do. Does that answer your question?
Otis, you want to take this?
Where am I supposed to take it to? The dumpsters all the way in the back of the house. I don't.
Wow.
Wow, Otis. We're gonna go there, huh?
Wow.
Oh, I mean, come on. UFO, when are you going to bring
Oh my God,
back the star?
They were begging me.
Yeah, I'm looking up Billy Squires. Everybody wants you, just because it's ringing in my head now after what you just.
Everybody wants.
He's
put
young.
us through.
Does he even know what that is?
He probably has no clue.
I have
Okay.
no clue what you're talking about.
No, he probably listens to Billie Eilish or whatever, Eyelash or whatever. I can't.
I have no idea who that is either.
Me either.
You know,
But,
I'm below the age of.
well, let's get serious here now. Come on now. You know, you do have a couple of things that I saw coming up, and you know, we talked about quickly. Now on the 28th, you're doing the New World Wrestling Extreme over there at Post 85, River Street, Woonsocket, Rhode Island, and that's a three-way match for the WWE Openweight Championship. You're going against Lou Jacobs and Ryan Fraust. Now these two guys got their experience put together, probably is older than you. So
there's probably 35 years experience over there with between the two of them.
Now, how do you think you're going to fare against these two veterans that are going to just like, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, and I'm only saying this because I'm miles away from you right now, but I think they're going to tear your ass up. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. La Croix.
Otis, the problem with what you just said is their experience means nothing against me because I'm unlike anything that they've experienced before. I'm young, I'm hungry, and I could take them down in an instant. I've already proven that with my multiple matches with Lou Jacobs. Ryan Fraust stands straight up. I can easily shoot an ankle pick on the guy, take him down, and pound him out. If he wants to do his whoop-de-doo, I'm the Brass City Brawler, I'm going to hit you with the Alabama Slammer, I don't care.
That's the Brass City Slam, just for the record. It's the Brass City.
Thank you, Rick.
I don't care about no one cares about the Brass City, all right?
You will.
Well, I've been there before. It's kind of a cesspool, but that's, you know, besides the point.
This is what I'm saying. It's terrible there. Who wants to go there? Listen, we're getting off track here. Ryan Fraust and Lou Jacobs are old. They're beaten down. They have the experience, but I don't care because they're not the wrestlers they used to be. I haven't even entered my prime. I'm 10 years away from it. I haven't even entered my 20s. And you're asking me,
really?
Oh, how are you going to fare? They're going to tear my ass up. Are you kidding me right now? I'm like, look at me. Look at me. Do you think they could take me one-on-one? Maybe if they team up, they could not lay a finger on me if I didn't want them to. You understand?
I guess it remains to be seen. Okay.
I'm winning that match. I can't believe that you have no faith in me like this. I'm winning that match.
It's got nothing to do with faith, Jeremy. Just looking at the experience, and you know, we've seen you wrestle a few times, but we've seen quite a bit of Ryan and Lou. So
how about that?
All right, let's move on to the next one. October 12th, you're going to be at Pure Vanguard at the Boys and Girls Club, 255 West Street in Bristol, and you're well aware that now I hear you're teaming up. It's going to be a handicap match. You're teaming up. We had Doc, by the way, Warren, the promoter of that, Pure Vanguard,
Who
and he was telling us.
spoke very highly of you, by the way. He did speak highly of you.
Doc runs a great promotion. I'm glad he does.
But he set you up for failure. Because you're going against Wrecking Ball Legursky, NWA's one of their finest and most awesomest stars that they've got.
Usually I disagree with you when you doubt me, but this one's going to be a tough one.
Who's he teaming up with again? It's supposed
Sylvan.
to be Sylvan, that's right.
With Tree Man, with Sylvan himself. I finally get to go into the forest of the lost and make up a game plan with this guy. I've been waiting for so long.
Yeah. Sylvan's very cool. He was a guest on the show. He's a friend of the show.
We love Sylvan around here. We love Tree Sap Wrestling.
Tree Sap Wrestling. Okay.
That's a new one.
Are you kidding me?
That's going to be the hashtag for the show.
Me against Wrecking Ball, maybe not so good. Me and Dan against Wrecking Ball, absolutely. 100%.
He is the king of paradise. Sylvan is he's one of those up and comers that he's improved quite a bit over the year that he's been an active competitor. I had met him prior at a BCW show probably a year prior to him making his in-ring debut. And he's a good one. I tell you, he's a good guy.
When in face paint, when he's actually Sylvan, I think he's a lot more dangerous, honestly.
Because I mean, I've seen him
really scary sometimes, and it kind of scares me. Because I don't know. He's scary. I don't know if I want to go into the forest.
Well, just don't get lost, okay?
Well, that's kind of the point of the forest.
Yeah, okay. Forest of the lost.
Well, I mean, you need to make your way back to civilization.
Bring Alan Compass with you. You'll be fine. You'll find your way out. Alan Compass.
So I would never use Alan Compass's compass, even if I was lost. So, Never.
Rick?
I don't know. I'm starting to get a headache.
Listen, I'm very excited to team with Dan against Wrecking Ball Legursky at Pure Vanguard Pro Wrestling. I am very excited to continue working for Pure Vanguard Pro Wrestling because their philosophy is my philosophy, that wrestling should be wrestling and not flippy doo-dah. Oh, look at this. I'm going to super kick you. And then, oh, look at this. I'm flying right after. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Well, that's what I say as well. Wrestling should be wrestling. I am an old school traditional fan of wrestling. I don't like any of that flippy doo-dah, tables, ladders, and chairs, all that garbage, deathmatch stuff. And I believe that Doc has a very good product, and it's
he does.
They've only ran one show, I think, right? If I remember correctly, but this is gonna be the second, and it looks very promising.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, great lineup on the card.
Great talent coming up there. Ryan Clancy's a guy that I've been waiting to get my hands on for a long time. I can't wait to
wrestler.
Yeah. Oh my!
Ryan Clancy,
one of the best. We got Steven Stetson going over there. I wrestled him at Rebel Spirit. That guy can go like nobody's business, and he's like a force to be reckoned with. He's going to be world champ somewhere one day.
Yeah,
and he's going to be there too, and just like Wrecking Ball's going to be there, and it's incredible talent, especially for a promotion that just had one show. I'm really impressed with the talent that they're bringing in, and I want to keep being a part of that.
Yeah,
100%.
Like I said, I really dig Doc's vision of what professional wrestling is.
It should be the way Doc envisions it.
Yeah. Otis, you got anything right now?
No, I'm actually excited about that one.
Rick, what time does that show start? Because I know there's discrepancies as to far as.
You look it up.
Because
I'm doing that for you right now.
Okay.
All right.
Because I know there, we've had conversation. I've heard different things from different people, and I'm just I want to check it out, but I'm not sure if I can actually be there.
6:30 p.m. 6:30 p.m. is bell time.
Ooh, I might be able to make it. It's October 12th. All right. My birthday is October 11th, by the way. I'm having a
happy early birthday, Richard.
Oh, dude, it's too early. Don't go there.
No, it's not. No, it's
I'm making it a intense weekend. However, October 12th, I have to bring my son to a kid's birthday party, which is like,
hey, that's more important than wrestling.
Have you
No,
ever
it's
been
not.
surrounded by like 15 freaking 10-year-olds?
Oh yeah, it's terrible. But
Yeah,
have
exactly.
you ever thought that maybe it's a core memory for your child?
Oh yeah, that's fine. I'm a grumpy old man. As
Yeah.
if you ever travel to shows with me in the car,
Oh my God.
you can ask Otis, you can ask Matt DeCourt. I've earned the name Grumpy Rick in the
No,
car.
it's Angry Rick, not Grumpy.
I just wanted to take this moment in the podcast to introduce my mother here, who's going to tell you how great I am right here.
Hi, Mom.
We're live.
Yes, we're live.
We're live, Mom.
We're live.
Now you can swear.
Swearing is okay on this show.
Oh, this kid.
I don't know what you're gonna do with him.
What do you think about this kid?
He's number 3. He's a little crazy. He's me on steroids. Or crack or something.
If he's anything like, if you're the one that
Spit it out.
pass that down to him, we won't mess with you either.
It is from me, but he's a little worse.
All right, love you.
Bye.
Love you. Safe.
Look at that, Mrs. La Croix making a her debut on the show as well.
Yes.
Look at that. Look at that. So we got
Miss Vertucci, actually. Vertucci Meglio.
my bad. So
yeah, weird. Oh, I got a lot of fucking last names in the family.
Is your last name not La Croix? Or is
it
that
is.
just a... Oh, okay. All right. I wasn't sure if that was a gimmick name or what.
That is my last name. Thank God. It's a very nice name.
Wow.
What,
wow.
I love people trying to mispronounce it and trying to offend me. But
well, we had that issue with Doc trying to pronounce it, and I had so I had to.
It's not that hard.
It's really not.
Listen,
Mr. La Croix.
Two syllables in the first name, 2 syllables in the last name. Jeremy La Croix. La Croix.
Hey,
La Croix.
That has 2 syllables in each too. Okay.
2 syllables in the first name, 2 syllables. Jeremy.
Okay.
All
well,
right.
Mr. La Croix, is there any other? I mean, I only touched on 2 shows coming up that you're going to be.
I have a lot of stuff that I'm going to that I would love to plug.
Yeah, please do.
I've been really going around and living the pro wrestler life, and I've been a part of some really awesome promotions that I really just wanted to shout out. So yesterday I was at oh my God, I'm terrible. Pioneer Valley Professional Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
That was in Plantsville. That was at the a beer festival up in Plantsville on Mount Snow, I believe, or might not be Mount Snow. But that was an awesome event. Hammer Tunis is a great guy. Who runs a really great promotion, and I will be making my way there after this podcast is over with Corey Duke himself, so we can help out and watch that show, because there's a lot of great guys that go there.
That's an early show, correct? Today, like 4 o'clock.
That is going to be at 4 o'clock bell time.
If I could just say that he put you over on social media.
He did, and I was very surprised to see that, because I I just kind of did what I usually do. I help out. I ask if you need anything done. I try to get booked, and if I do, I do. And I just really appreciate that Hammer would reach out to his followers like that and praise me like that. That really means a lot, especially coming from somebody who's genuinely as skilled as Hammer Tunis is. Because I don't know if you know this, but that's the shooter around here. That might be the only guy that might be able to beat me in a shoot wrestling match.
Wow. I'd love to see that.
Right? I would love to as well.
Yeah.
So Hammer, listen, me and you, one day, I'm not going to go easy on you because you praised me on social media, though.
I'm sure he won't go easy on you either.
Good.
Okay,
so yeah, that's just one of the promotions I've been to recently. You got Rebel Spirit Professional Wrestling. That was a great show over in Randolph, Mass. Not too long ago, the one that I wrestled Steven Stetson at. That was a great show with great talent as well. Miles Hawkins, he's awesome. You got Flash there, he's great. Slade, which was amazing to see. Brandon Locke, just really great grapplers, and I appreciate being able to share a locker room with them. And it's always an honor to be with talent like that. Brad Baylor, Ricky Smokes, all these guys. So it's just, I'm trying to absorb all I can. Because these guys are talents that are going to be signed to major promotions very soon. And it's very obvious to see, and it's easy to tell that they're going places. So it's just a really good time to be a wrestler.
Yeah. Talk about before we get out of here. Did you make your Test of Strength debut recently?
I have not actually. At
was
training day, you mean?
Or in general at any of their shows, or was it Legacy is Timeless because that's their sister brand?
Yeah, I wrestled at Legacy is Timeless only.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that doesn't really count as TOS, I don't think. But speaking of training day, you got to shout out Manny Matrix and Superfro JC and Chef PD Rock and PJ Bova and all those guys that made their debut. I've also shared locker rooms with these guys. They're awesome people, and they deserve a lot of attention for that, because they're just, like I said, there's so many different schools and so many different rookies right now that are just going to tear the scene up when we get as established as some of these guys that I'm talking about are. You know what I mean?
Right.
You got really great stuff coming up. So I just want to say shout out to them for making the debuts and doing great stuff.
Otis, do you have any closing comments?
Yeah, two quick things. One, what social media accounts could we find you on, Jeremy, if somebody wants to follow you?
Yeah, so Facebook is just going to be Jeremy La Croix. Instagram was going to be JLAC himself, JLAC himself. Twitter is going to be JLAC himself as well. And that's about all I use, really. Yeah, more active on Instagram than anything.
Yeah, I've noticed that. You should really push your stuff out on Facebook, because
yeah, I know
it's very Facebook could be very important at times. There's a lot of older people such as myself and promoters.
A lot more promoters on Facebook.
Yeah.
And speaking of promoters, that would bring me to my last thing is, if a promoter wanted to book you, where can he get a hold of you?
Oh, you just DM me or messenger me, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. I'll answer very quickly. I'm now quick to answer on Messenger. After I left Uncle Otis on red or on scene or delivered for like a week.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Otis, listen, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Okay. I love you, brother. You're all right.
Love you, Otis. Even though your hats and your glasses are terrible, I still love you.
Wow.
Appreciate that.
Wow. Well, Jeremy, I want to thank you for being a part of Pro Wrestling Wire Radio here today. And of course, as time goes on, we're going to have you back again.
Of course.
As I had a great conversation. I always enjoy seeing you at the shows and stuff like that.
Always love seeing you, Rick.
Yeah, even though I saw you get kicked in the face once, sitting front row at a Coliseum show.
You did. Oh, since we're in the closing statements of this podcast, since we're talking about all the stuff I'm about to do, let me just plug the most important thing that's on my list, and that is beat the hell out of Fly Nine Noriega.
Oh, jeez.
Because that guy, let me tell you something. Me and him, we were
Careful.
like this. We were like this.
Mm-hmm.
We were like, and then
Yeah.
he hit me in the face.
He wasn't aiming for you, though. He was aiming for Bobby Buffet.
Kicks me in the face, Rick.
He just,
he's done.
You weren't the only one that suffered for that, actually. The whole front row suffered. He just so happened to, eat his foot.
Right to the mouth, huh?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you were paying attention, you might have moved out of the way.
I was focusing on getting Bobby Buffet up.
Oh, all right.
Hey, listen, Karma has weird ways of working. His knee's blown into the sky already. And we're just going to, when he comes back, I'm just going to take the other knee and do the same thing.
Yeah. Well, I wish him luck, and I couldn't wait for him to come back because I saw him in the ring the other day on Facebook. He's working out. He's trying to get it back together. I'm really looking forward to it because he
can try all he wants. When he runs into me, he's just going to be back on the show.
Wow. Well, Jeremy, I want to thank you very much. And of course, everybody go follow Jeremy La Croix on every form of social media that you can. Check out the videos, go to YouTube. Oh, by the way, hold on. Before we go, we got about 2-3 minutes before merchandise. Have you thought about merchandise yet? 8x10 t-shirts.
I did just
He froze.
It says Jeremy does not suck because I don't. So I did get that in. I responded pretty well from fans, so I might have to roll those out.
Say,
I heard
what were they again, Jeremy? Because you broke up a little bit.
Jeremy does not suck. I'm currently wearing a Spike shirt. Shout out Spike. We love Spike. But it says Jeremy does not suck in big letters. So I might roll that one out, but I am also thinking of other shirt designs, and but I really do got to get some 8x10s and all that stuff so I can start making some money, because I know these people want stuff with my face on it, because I'm really just that pretty. Right? Look at me.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Everybody go follow him. Honestly, seriously,
Follow
he's a
me.
great guy, great up and comer. And when that merchandise rolls out, I want a T-shirt. All right. So
You'll get one.
Yeah, and I want one, and I want an 8x10 for my wall. I used to have a bunch of them up, but I'm currently remodeling. So
You'll get one of those too, Rick. Don't worry.
All right. Thank you, and have a great day.
Thanks for having me.